Hello, everyone, to my 5 viewers. I figured I'd make another update video just because I know it's not going to make sense if I disappear for weeks at a time, and it's not really going to serve any purpose to me to look back on it if there's massive gaps. So I've been working at the Sunoco, grinding it out, I shouldn't say grinding. I mean, I work 4 hours a day, except for the weekends. I work 12s. So my shift starts at midnight, and I work until 4. So I basically wake up at 9 p.m. every day, which is kind of weird. But I gotta say, with everything that's happened, you can watch my other videos to find out the whole story or whatever, but with all that's happened, I gotta say I want to say content. I know I'm not truly content. I've been having this dilemma, so I decided to hell with it, I'm gonna just listen to Alan Watts and the rest of the great minds of our time that say just drop out, just give up, drop out. The system was rigged from the start, and any attempt to try and fit yourself into that system is just going to be pain and suffering, So I decided, fuck it. I'm quitting my job. I'm selling everything I have. I'm going to make my life so simple that it only takes a few dollars a day to survive. And I'm going to find my happiness from what's right in front of me. It's not going to require swiping my debit card. It's not going to require going anywhere and paying to get access. I'm just going to be happy with right now, man. Waking up and not being tied down by a 60-hour-a-week office job or 60 hours a week working the job site, breaking my body down for the profit of a massive business. So with that, I made that decision, but then I find this part of my brain that's still wired the other way, and it's saying, you gotta make more money, you gotta, how are we gonna fix this shit? Basically, what the fuck are we gonna do? So I have one part of my brain that's happy and content with where I am, and the other part of me, it's just been trained to constantly search for progress, constantly try and level up, constantly try and make more money. The goal is to be rich, the goal is to grind and all this shit. I spent so many years trying to force myself to believe that stuff, watching the Tate videos and all this, sacrifice your life and just grind, because that's the job of a man. You should be whittling your fingers down to the bone to supply for your family, and that's your role, And I tried to convince myself of that because, as we all know, falling in line and doing what everybody else is doing is definitely the easiest route. It's definitely going to be the route of least resistance, I guess you could say. So that's kind of the dilemma I'm dealing with. Is part of me just wants to let go of everything and be my own person and just build a new life that isn't inside of this crooked system. But then there's the other part of me that's maybe you're wrong, and maybe you just fucked everything up, and maybe because everybody says oh, you're lucky, you grew up with a nice family and your education's paid for and you had all these opportunities. So if I'm wrong, I mean, maybe I just wasted all of that and I'm just slowly turning into a like psychotic vagabond. Or maybe I'm right and the rest of the planet's wrong, and me and the people that share their time with me will maybe get to escape that whole thing. Something I always think about, I heard somebody say once, like, if you're a crazy person and you're just absolutely nuts, as long as you're happy, I mean, you don't know you're crazy, you don't know you're psychotic, so if you're happy and you're crazy, it's everybody else's problem, not yours. So I'm trying to think of it that way. I don't know. Oh, that's pretty cool. Sign over there that says tomorrow's not a promise. Very true. I guess there's two ways to think of that, you know. I might die tomorrow, so I better make as much money as I can and drink the fine wine while I can still walk around. But I don't know, in my mind it's like there's so much natural beauty everywhere you look, man. You know, it's just a waste of time thinking that you have to make money to earn the peace and to earn the beauty and to earn all this stuff, when, like, you know, the beauty's just already out here. It's just waiting for you for free. You don't have to pay any money. But in order to see the beauty, you have to free your mind from that voice that says you need to make more, you need to do more, you need to be more. You know, now is not enough. This moment's not enough. You need more. Anyway, that's my little rant. The gas station job's been great. I met a homeless guy named Charlie. He's awesome. I think he's in his late 50s. He said he moved here from, I think, Tennessee for work, and ran out of work, and now he's got nowhere to stay. So he's been homeless, and he's been drinking, you know, outside of my store every night. And it's been getting cold here in Florida. It's been getting, like, very cold, to the point where you don't want to be outside. And I tried to line up work for him, and you know, that doesn't really work out when you're drinking heavy. And then the shelters, you know, they're either closed all night or try and charge money, like $250 a week or something for a homeless shelter. Like, how are you supposed to, I don't know, man. But so he's been missing. I haven't seen him in 2 days, and that's kind of got me stressed out a little bit. But other than that, you know, it's been fun. The place I work is right next to a bar, so I basically sell cigarettes and beer to pretty drunk people all night. But I don't know, I grew up in Vegas, so I'm kind of used to that vibe, I guess, of everybody being out for a good time and all that stuff. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I moved in with my coworker also, which is cool. She's given me like a really good price on rent. I gotta say, man, like, if I didn't have my friend, my boys that I met working out here, I met these guys by chance, and they just happened to be into like all the same stuff, drifting, motorcycles, all this stuff. So we bonded immediately. Well, a couple weeks down the road, I lose my job. Well, I quit my job. I lose my apartment. I lose everything. And now I'm sleeping on these guys' floor. I'm sleeping on their floor in their kitchen. And I will be forever grateful to them for harboring me, because I know I wasn't a good roommate. I was definitely not in like a good frame of mind at the time. But they really helped me out, and my coworkers really helping me out. I actually have a mattress now, which is awesome. So yeah, man, we're just taking it one day at a time, and just trying to remind myself, like, I try and remind myself that even when I had all the money I could ever want and the career lined up for me and everything was just, exactly how you'd want it, even when I had all that, I wasn't happy. So obviously there's something else out there that I need to find, or something inside myself that I need to find. And that's going to be the key. It's not going to be money. It's not going to be a career. It's not going to be fame or any of this stuff. I just have to keep reminding myself of that, because there's a lot of days where I think, maybe I need to go back and start applying for jobs at an electrical company, or, maybe I'll be a carpenter or like something to make more money. But I just need to remind myself that it's not all about the money, I guess. Anyway, thanks for listening to my rant. I'll update everybody in a couple days, or if something happens. I have the Z up for sale, so got a couple bites, but they were trying to trade for bikes, and I was really tempted because I have been missing my CBR really bad. But I know that I need a van. I know the van is the next step. Van, solar power, that's the move. So as soon as the Z gets sold and my fiance arrives, moving into the van, and we'll have a whole van build series and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna have to learn how to do solar. It's gonna be interesting. So anyway, thanks for listening to my rant. Have a good one.